Hi guys, into configurations, and today we have the Lenovo S60 here, and we are going to do the complete review of this device. So before that, let me thank Mobili Stores for providing this device reviews. Thank you, Mobili Stores. So now coming to the device, you could see this is the Lenovo S60. It comes with the price range of 13,000, and I must say the device does look pretty awesome for the price. It has got the same design algorithm of the S90, which is priced about 18,000 in MRP. So considering to that, it is having the same design aspect, so it looks very premium with metallic build. So the device is definitely a very good design for the price range of 13,000. So we have already done the unboxing of the device, so you can just check out the video to get more details on the boxing, everything. So let's go into the review itself. So you could see the device has got a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and you could see the speaker grill here and a couple of sensors on the front. Just go on the bottom side, you could see 3 capacity buttons on the bottom, which are not backlit. And if you just go into the right hand side of the device, you could see they have provided lock and lock key and the volume rockers. And if you just go in the top side, you could see they have provided 3.5mm audio jack and noise cancellation mic. On the left hand side, they have provided 2 slots for inserting micro SD card and SIM card slot. This is actually the slot for inserting micro SD card, and this is actually the slot for inserting the 2 SIM cards. And if you just go into the bottom side, you can see they have provided 2 speaker grills with USB 2.0 on the middle, and I have tested it, and only one speaker grill is functional, and the other is only sharing this volume of the first slot. This is actually not having any loudspeaker in it, so you only have only one loudspeaker at the bottom. So on the back side, you can see they have provided a 13 megapixel primary camera with LED flash and a matte finish metallic body. It is not having a removable battery, it is inbuilt battery. So that's pretty much about the design, and I must say the device feel a little thicker compared to the S90. It is actually having 7.7mm thickness, while the S90 is only having 6.8 something, so that gives a little thicker device here. But overall, considering the price point, this device is really great. So let us just turn on the device and see what are the features they have provided inside. So talking about the specifications of the device does come to 5-inch 720p display, which is IPS display, and it's powered by 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 410 chipset, and it's a 2 GB of RAM and 8 GB of internal memory, 13 megapixel primary camera and 5 megapixel front-facing camera. So that's pretty much about specification. It's also having 2150 milliampere battery. So that's pretty much about it. So let's unlock the device and see what are the features they have provided inside the device. So let me just unlock it. So you can see this is the UI, and it is the usual white UI with no separate app tray. You have all the apps in the home screen itself, so you don't have any separate app tray. So the same UI here, nothing different. So let me just see the software version of the device. So let me just go into the about phone, and you could see device information, and you could see device actually based on Android KitKat, and it is actually having the white UI. So that is about the UI. So let us go into the basics of the UI first. So you could see this is the UI, and they have provided the dialer here, which doesn't support video calling from the dialer. So you can see it doesn't support video calling directly from the dialer, so you have to use third-party apps for that. So if you just go into the messaging, you could see they have let me just go into the editing. So you could see this is actually the keypad. It does look very similar to the stock Android, but it's not stock Android keyboard. It is the customized version of Lenovo Vibe UI, and you could see it does support SwiftKey, so that's also great. So you have support to SwiftKey. So let us go back, and you can see the UI is very smooth and responsive. The device actually having a quad-core Snapdragon 410 chipset with 2 GB of RAM. So the UI of the device does look very smooth. There is no lag, and they have also provided some great features in the UI. So let me just show you an example of that. So if you want to change the wallpaper of the home screen, you can just tap on the corner and you can just drag it wallpaper, and you can see can actually change the wallpaper, so you don't have to go into the settings to change it. So that's very convenient way. So if you just tap it and you can just drag it and you can change the wallpaper, so that's very nice feature that they provided, and it is quite good to have such a good customized UI. So in the case of customizations, the device is really great. Let me just go into the drop down menu. You could see they have provided a very customized version of drop down menu, and they also provided the auto brightness settings. That means the device does have the ambient light sensor, and if you drag it again, you could see the Wi-Fi, data connection, general, sleep mode, GPS, auto rotation, Bluetooth, and you can also see the screenshot is there. So if you just tap on that, you can actually select the amount of cropping you can apply to the screenshot. So that's a very good feature, and you can't really find any other smartphone which feature such a good flexible UI. So you can see you can actually adjust how much area you want to crop. So you can actually crop that necessary part for your purpose. So that's pretty awesome. So that's nice. So let's go into the other settings here. So you can see they also provided airplane mode, flashlight, cast screen. So that means you can actually stream your videos in the Wi-Fi enabled TV, and you can see super POSA mode, in which the device will be gone into a black and white screen where you can only access the basic data like a phone, contact, SMS, all these things, and the device will be consuming very less energy compared to the normal mode. So that's also there. So let's close the POSA mode and let's go back. So you can see other features like lock screen, shake lock, and if you just go into the more option, you can see they have provided white touch, power off and restart. So you can also add more notification bar if you want. So that's pretty much about the drop down menu. Let's go into the settings itself and see what are the features they have provided. So you can see in settings you can see they have provided a lot of new options. It's not the stock settings here. You have a lot of other options here. So let's go into the notification center. So here you can customize the notification settings like notification bar settings. You can adjust the battery notification, like you want to show it percentage or you want to be graphical. So a lot of options are there. So let's go back, and you could see the device does support themes. So you can actually use more and more themes, and you can customize your smartphone according to your personality. That's pretty much about it. So let's go into the power management. You could see they provided ultra power saver mode that we have already discussed, and you can also adjust the GPU power saver, and you can actually turn it on, and you can also activate the disable app when screen is off. So the device will be automatically disabling all the apps if the screen is off. So you can also enable that. So there's a lot of customizations that they have provided the device. That's the best part of the UI in this device. So let's go into the busy mode. So you can actually activate it so that you won't be disturbed by any other calls or messages. So that's pretty awesome. They have also provided an option to allow the whitelisted calls, so that's also nice. So let's go into the storage and see how much amount of memory you will get. So you can see the device actually comes with 8 GB of internal memory, and you will get about 3.59 GB as free. That's pretty normal, and you have 3.59 GB and it's unified, so you can use it to the fullest. So let's go back and check out the apps and see how much amount of RAM you will get. So you could see the device actually supports 2 GB of RAM, and you will get about 1.3 GB of free space. So that's pretty awesome for 2 GB RAM model with this much of customization. So that's pretty awesome, and you can also have printing options, everything. So the customization of the device is really great. So I have no complaints about the UI. It is quite good, but I feel that the app drawer should be provided because I don't like this type of design. So if they have provided an app drawer with the device, it would have been awesome. So let us go into the multimedia performance of the device. So let me just go into the gallery and check out an image. So you can see this is an example image, and I must say the display quality of the device is really great. I actually have decreased the brightness for my convenience, but display quality, the brightness of the device is really excellent, and you could see there is no issues in the viewing angles. The device does look very uniform from every angle. So the device actually has an IPS display, but I must say it's equally good as the AMOLED display of the Lenovo S90. The same display quality, the display quality is really excellent, and if you just look at the performance, you could see the device has got a very responsive performance. There is no issues in zooming or any task, so it's very smooth. The device actually has a 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 410 chipset, and it is having a very good responsive UI. So that's about it. So let's go back and check out the video playback. So let me just first go into the 720p video playback. So you can see it is actually a 720p video, and I'm going to play it for you. So you can see it's very smooth, and it is butt-free smooth, I can say. So you can see it is having a very responsive video playback. There is no lag or delay in video playback. So I must say the device has got a very smooth 720p at 1080p video playback. So they have also provided an option to minimize the player, so you can actually take it wherever you want. So this type of features are not there in any other devices in this price range. So this is exclusive features for the Lenovo S60 in this price range. So I must say the UI customizations, this is the best device that you can get. So that's pretty awesome. So let's go back and check out the 1080p video playback in this device. So you can see this is actually a 1080p video, and you could see how smooth it is. In the case of playback, you would see there is no delay in any buffering in skipping the video, so that's pretty awesome. And that's it. So let's go back. So we have also introduced a new test in this review, that is the 4K video playback test, and you could see the device doesn't support 4K video. So that's pretty much about the multimedia performance. So now let's go into the camera of the device and see how the device performs in there. So you would see I have taken the camera. So this is actually the camera UI, and it is very familiar UI that we have seen in the Lenovo S90, similar kind of UI, and it does support touch focus, autofocus. So let me just take a quick snap here. So you could see it has taken the snap, and if you just zoom it, you could see there is not much distortion. You could see even it's the closest zooming, it doesn't have that much issues. So the camera quality of the device is really great. So let's go back and check out what are the other options they provided. So you could see they have provided a mid-range mode, white balance, regular options, nothing special. And you can see the device does support 1080p video recording, and that's pretty much about the primary camera. So let's go into the video recording. So you could see this is actually the video recording mode, and you can actually take photos while video recording. So continuous image and video capturing is there. So that's it. Let's stop the video recording, and let's go into the front camera of the device. So this is actually the front camera, and I must say the front camera is also very great, and you can also enable the beautification mode, and I actually enable the beautification mode here, and you can adjust the amount of beautification that you want. And they have also provided options like voice capture, tap capture, 3-second timer capture, hand sign capture, blink capture. So everything that you expect in a customized UI device is there. So the camera quality of the device is really excellent. So let me just take a snap here. Okay, now I have captured the image. So you can see it is quite good. There is no issues in the camera quality. The front camera is also great, and does support touch focus, autofocus, and face detection. So the camera of the device is quite brilliant. So let's go into settings and see the device video resolution. So you could see the device only supports 720p video at the maximum, so it doesn't support 1080p in the front camera. So that's pretty much about the camera of the device. So we have seen the front camera and secondary camera of the device, and I must say both had very good performance. So that's pretty much about the multimedia performance and camera. So let's go into the benchmarking and see how the device performs in there. So let's first start with the Antutu benchmark. So I would say the device actually scored about 20,452, which is a very decent score for a device in this price range. And device actually having a Snapdragon 410, which is a common chipset in this price range, so there won't be any issues in performance. So you could see these are the detailed score that I have obtained. So that's it. So let's go back and check out the info and see what are the features of the device. So as already pointed out, the device actually comes with the Snapdragon 410, which is a quad-core chipset with 1.2 GHz clock speed, and the resolution is 720 into 1280. And if you just go into the display, you could see the device actually has a processor is Adreno 306 GPU. So these are the things. So let's go back and check out the details about the sensor in the CPU set. So you could see the device actually scores the Snapdragon 410 chipset with 1.2 GHz clock speed. Let me just go into the sensor. So you can see the device actually has 3 sensors: accelerometer, proximity sensor, light sensor. So only 3 sensors are there in this device, so you don't have a gyroscope in this device. So in the case of sensors, it is not that high end, but you have all the basic sensors, so that's good. So let's go back and check out the Lenovo 2 scores. So actually I have already run the Lenovo 2, and you can see the device scored about 54.2 FPS, which is not that bad. So the device has got a very decent multimedia and gaming performance, so there won't be any issues in the case of that. So now we have seen almost all the aspect of the device, and it's now time to see whether the device support all the basic requirements. The first question is that whether this device support OTG connectivity. So let me just show you that. So actually I have OTG USB here, so let me just connect it to the device. So let me just I have connected the OTG, and it is not showing any sign of acceptance, so that means the device doesn't support OTG pen drives. It's not OTG compatible. So let me just see whether this device have a notification LED. So you can see I'm going to connect the charger here, and you can see the device does have notification LED. So that's it. And the third question is that whether this device support backlit LED, the capacitive backlit. So you could see the device doesn't have the capacitive backlit buttons. And the fourth question is that whether this device support video calling from the dial-up, and we have already seen the device doesn't have support video calling from the dial-up. And the fifth question is that whether this device support a Swift key. The device does support Swift key, and we have already seen that. And the sixth question is that whether this device support 1080p video recording, and we have seen the device does support 1080p video recording from the primary camera and support 720p video playback video recording from the secondary camera. And now coming to the last and final question is that whether this device support moving of apps and memory card. So let me just show you that. So if you just go into the applications, so you can see I'm going to go into the applications, and if you just go into Android benchmark, so you could see there is no option to move to the memory card. So I think the device doesn't support moving of apps in memory card, but they have, I think they have provided an option here. Let me just go into the storage, and if you just switch the built-in storage to external storage, the preferred install location, then I think you will have the option to move to memory card. But since I am using the built-in storage as my primary option, so that's why it is not showing the move to memory card. So I think the device support a move to memory card, but currently I can't see here. So that's it. So let's go into the pros and cons of the device. The first pros of the device is the display quality. So we have seen the display quality of the device is really excellent. It has got a very bright display. There is no issues in the viewing angle. So I must say the display quality is the first positive thing. The second thing is the camera of the device. We have seen the camera quality of the device is really exceptional. The 13 megapixel camera was really great, as well as the 5 megapixel camera was also good. So considering all these aspects, the camera quality of the device is really the second positive thing. And the third thing is the performance. I must say it is not that high-end performance. We have got a decent score in the Antutu and in Mark 2, so it is not that much high, but you can comparing the price range, it is quite good. The fourth positive thing is the RAM. So we have already seen the device has got 2 GB of RAM, and you will get about 1.2 GB free, so that which will be enough for gaming, multitasking, everything. And that's the fourth positive thing. And fifth thing is the UI. I must say the device has got a very customized UI, and very customized. I must say it is some of the best UI that I have seen. It does support minimized player, and you could also see they have provided multitasking option like this, so you can also lock apps in the case of multitasking. So if you refresh now, this particular settings app won't be closed, and all the other app will be closed. So there's a lot of customizations that they have provided in the UI, which is the best thing in this device. So you could see these are all the minimized apps, and you can actually close it by swapping it up, and you can close it, and if you want, you can actually lock the particular app so that it won't be closed in the case of refreshing. So there is a lot of customizations that they provided. So I must say the UI of the device is the fifth positive thing. And coming to the cons, I must say the device doesn't support OTG connectivity, so that's the first con. The second thing is that the device only supports expansion level 32 GB, so you can use only micro SD cards up to 32 GB in this device. So that's the only so that's the final cons of the device. So the biggest concern of the device might be the battery backup. So the device actually has a 2150 milliamp battery. So I haven't tested it in depth, but I have actually played about 10 minutes of video, and it actually dropped about 3%. So we'll be providing detailed info on the website. So that's pretty much about the Lenovo S60 review. So thanks for watching the video, and if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.